You're watching VNA News Bulletin. I'm Vĩnh Hằng from Hanoi with the major stories. President Trương Tấn Sang pays state visit to Iran. Vietnam sees progress in ensuring food hygiene for export. In Bien Province, 6 ways to develop tourism. State President Trương Tấn Sang has been on a state visit to Iran as guest of his Iranian counterpart Hassan Rouhani. An official welcome ceremony for the Vietnamese leader was held at the Iranian Presidential Palace on March 14th.
Since the establishment of bilateral diplomatic ties on August 4, 1973, Vietnam and Iran have seen strides in their relationship across the fields of politics, economy and trade, culture, education, science and technology. On the back of various signed agreements, Iran is keen on working with Vietnam on industry, petroleum, construction, transport, cement production and fertilizers, which are also the Middle Eastern countries' strengths. Iran also expects to import more farm produce from Vietnam. However, statistics show that Vietnam-Iran economic links remains limited and are yet to match their potential. Two-way trade soared from $6.5 million in 2001 to $185.6 million in 2011, but dropped to $106.7 million last year, of which Vietnam's exports accounted for 72.3%. Following the welcome ceremony, the two presidents held talks. President Rouhani said Vietnam and Iran have shared common concerns of international and regional issues and closely cooperated on the international arena. The two leaders agreed to continue supporting each other's bid to run for seats in United Nations agencies. They also consented to raise two-way trade from the current $100 million to $2 billion over the next 5 years. Hosts and guests discussed the possibilities of cooperation in the fields of industry, trade, tourism, and telecommunications. Both leaders agreed to create more favorable conditions for Vietnamese-Iranian businesses to invest in each other's country. Regarding international issues, the two presidents held that nations should contribute to peace in the region and the world, and all conflicts and territorial disputes must be settled through peaceful measures.
The 13th ASEAN Chiefs of Defense Forces informal meeting took place in the Laos capital city of Vientiane on March 14th. General Do Ba Thi, Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, led the Vietnamese delegation to the event.
Themed Promoting Defense Cooperation for Dynamic ASEAN Community, the meeting drew chiefs of defense forces from all 10 ASEAN countries. In his opening speech, Lieutenant General Suphong Lumbumi, Chief of the General Staff of the Lao People's Army, stressed the importance of the event following the official establishment of the ASEAN community and in the context of swift, complicated and unpredictable changes in the regional and international security situation. During the one-day meeting, the delegates discussed a range of measures to intensify mutual understanding, trust and cooperation. They also deliberated the ways of cooperation in the future to cope with traditional and non-traditional threats. The heads of delegations also delivered speeches and mourned over an ASEAN military cooperation plan for 2016-2018 and signed the meeting's joint statement.
The growing emphasis on food safety is certainly one of Vietnam's primary focuses, ensuring high-quality products for both domestic consumption and exports. Coming up next, we review Vietnam's progress in ensuring the quality of exported food and foodstuff.
In 2014, Vietnam exported approximately $40 billion worth of food to 120 countries. Black pepper, cashew nuts, coffee and tea, seafood and rice are among Vietnam's top-ranking products, with rice in particular shipped nearly 315,000 tons by January 28, an increase of 46% compared to the same period last year. However, during a business seminar in Hanoi on March 14, Eurocharm's Food, Agri and Aqua Business Sector Committee commented that Vietnamese products are generally perceived as having lower quality and competitive price and are often rejected by importing countries due to food safety issues. But the Ministry of Health's latest report indicates that Vietnam experiences an annual average of 6.2 cases of food poisoning out of 100,000 people, a significantly small number compared to developed countries such as the US, the UK and Australia. At the seminar, delegates discussed the opportunities and challenges for Vietnam in ensuring food safety and increase its products' competitiveness when exported to foreign markets, as well as the achievements made by the country in recent years in terms of administrative improvement. Our main goal towards food safety is to produce food that is safe for both local consumption and export. For this purpose, Vietnam has developed a legal system for management.
It's not that the Vietnamese government is doing nothing and the authorities and other. They are issuing warnings, they're fines and they are blocking things and they are cooperating with other governments to improve the situation.
The participants also mapped out areas in which Vietnam can further improve, particularly in the use of chemicals and packaging materials, as well as transportation and storage.
More and more banks have been taking part in the race to raise deposit rates, and this move has taken the interest rates on long-term deposits to 8.4%.
Joining in the race now are not just small banks, but big lenders and even state-owned behemoths. But the increase in interest rates is still confined to medium and long-term deposits. State-owned Bank for Investment and Development of Vietnam adjusted its interest rates twice between February 22nd and March 2nd, and the rate on deposits of 13 to 18 months went up from 6.1% to 6.5%. For 24 and 36 months, it went up from 6.3% to 6.8%. Smaller banks such as Export-Import Bank, Southeast Asia Joint Stock Commercial Bank and Orient Commercial Joint Stock Bank have already raised their rates on long-term deposits to 8%. State-owned Bank for Foreign Trade of Vietnam, Vietcombank, which did not join the rush to hike rates last time, has increased interest rates now, but only on short-term deposits, unlike the others. Its rates for deposits of 1 to 3 months are up by 0.3 to 0.5%. But significantly, Vietcombank's rates remain lower than the central bank's cap of 5.5%. Analysts attribute the highs to factors like the need for long and medium-term funds to grow credit this year. Many experts had anticipated the issue and warned there would be demand for long and medium-term funding after they saw the economy clearly recover and the government signed a series of bilateral and multilateral trade agreements, which is likely to increase businesses' demand for funds. Another reason is that 80 to 90% of deposits now are short-term, while demand for long and medium-term loans is growing rapidly.
The Vietnam Fruits and Vegetables Association forecasts that Vietnam's fruit and vegetable exports will continue to enjoy good growth this year. More details coming up next.
The association said export revenue reached $1.85 billion for fruits and vegetables, an increase of more than 24% over 2014. In the first 2 months of this year, the turnover went up by 39% over the same period last year. Vietnam exported more than 40 kinds of fruits and vegetables to over 40 countries and territories. Fastidious markets such as the US, Australia, EU and Japan have opened the doors to Vietnamese fruits like longan, lychee and mango.
Vietnamese Cat2 mangoes have met a number of Japanese standards in terms of quality and appearance and were interested by local people. They also hope to have more chances to try more Vietnamese tropical fruits in their country. I also find Vietnamese fruits delicious, especially tropical ones. I hope that there will be more Vietnamese fruits to be exported to the EU market.
The association said, to increase export value, there should be more cultivation areas to meet VietGAP or Global Gap standards, as well as hygiene and food safety requirements set by importers. The agricultural sector is speeding up negotiations with countries aiming to boost export of key fresh fruits, including dragon fruit, rambutan, longan, lychee, mango, and pomelo. Many other demanding markets will continue to open their doors to Vietnam's fruits and vegetables this year. The association also suggests to companies invest in advanced technologies to process fruit and vegetable products, as well as develop close links with farmers from plantation to processing to ensure quality.
The signature Spring Festival of the Northern Mountainous Province of Điện Biên, or Hoa Ban Festival, has begun with an art performance in Điện Biên City. Hundreds of local performers and international visitors attended the event.
The festival is named after the most beautiful flower in the region, Hoa Ban, or the orchid trees, scientifically known as Bauhinia variegata. The flower is typical to the northern mountainous region of Vietnam and often blossoms in spring. The festival resembles the ethnic Thai groups in Điện Biên province, where the Thai makes up 38% of the population. Thousands of local residents from 19 ethnic groups and tourists from across the country have come to the world-famous Điện Biên Phủ Valley to join in a grand celebration. The three-day festival includes a trade fair, an orchid show, and a parade with representatives from all districts singing distinctive ethnic songs and performing dances. A friendly mini football cup between provincial departments, traditional games played between some districts of Điện Biên and others in Laos and Thailand, a photo exhibition, and a book show will also be held during the event. On this occasion, Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc has announced that Điện Biên Phủ Pa Khoang is to become the national tourism center of the northwestern region.
Within the framework of the Hoa Ban Festival, the National Administration of Tourism and the People's Committee of Điện Biên Province co-hosted a workshop discussing ways to develop local tourism services in the years to come. Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Lê Văn Quý, told participants that Điện Biên holds a lot of potentials for tourism development, in connection with cultural identities of local ethnic minority groups and the former Điện Biên Phủ battlefield. The province also boasts a range of grandiose mountains and diverse terrains, which are suitable for ecotourism development. In recent years, Điện Biên has paid attention to tourism development, thus contributing to the province's economic growth, hunger elimination, poverty reduction, and cultural preservation. However, Điện Bien's tourism development has failed to catch up with its potentials. The official admitted that Điện Biên is still facing shortcomings and weaknesses. The number of visitors to Điện Biên has increased, but they have just stayed for a short period, while the province has not yet had unique tourism products to lure holiday makers. Based on solutions and proposals put forth at the workshop, Điện Biên province will work out plans to develop its tourism sector in the coming time. And that has wrapped up our daily bulletin. Thank you for tuning in and goodbye from Hanoi.